How's it going, Scrub Gamers? It's your boy Scrub Games coming at you with a juicy new piece of content for you to enjoy. But before we do get into the topic of the video, I just want to let you know how you can help support the channel, and that is by checking out Firestorm Games using my affiliate link in the description box below. Because Firestorm Games offer a whole host of products for almost every kind of hobby there is, be it Dragon Ball Super, Pokemon, One Piece, you name it, and they'll likely have it, and at some quality prices too. So just make sure to click the link below and check them out to see the whole host of products they offer while helping support the channel. And also, remember, there's another way to help out the channel, and that's by dropping a like, leaving a comment on the video, and best of all, hitting that subscribe button to keep up to date with my content when it drops. Because I'm still on the road to 1k subs and looking to hit that by the year's end. But now we've got all that sorted, let's dive into the topic of the video. Right, Scrub Gamers, let's get into the topic of the video as we are in with another episode of our previously in DBS series. And as well as that, we have more spoilers from the next set, which looks due to come out before some of the finals. I know at least for the EU finals, Italian finals, French finals, it's out, and yeah, well before the US finals. And we're getting a lot more of it. Like we finished now, they finished this week with all the green stuff, because that's what we started off with. So we're seeing a little bit more of the Goku's Master deck. We now get to see the other deck that's opposite, because normally it's from the same era. Normally there's only one case where it's been different eras. I think that was way back at set 13. But then we also got a little bit more as well, and we also got some tournament results at the end of it. So remember to like, comment, subscribe if you do like this. If you do like this series, probably give it a like to show that you do appreciate this coming out. And also comment down below if you've got any questions or anything or any views. It's always nice to get some feedback and get a bit of discussion going as well. And remember to subscribe because we are on our way to 1,000 subs, and we're trying to get that before the end of the year if we can. We're getting like we're so close, and if anything, that support can go a long way to help. And also, I think I did detail in one of the giveaways of exactly what I'll be doing if I get to 1,000 subs. So if you do interested in that, go and check out one of the videos, and also check out the Discords as well for the Lookout, Hermit Style, and also Scrub Games as well. So that out of the way, let's roll into the video and check out the spoilers from the new set coming out. Set 13, no, not set 13, set 23, critical blow, no, combination stuff here. I can't remember exactly what it is. Let's have a look what it says. It is perfect combination. That's the name of it. Kind of blank for a bit there. So let's have a look at perfect combination spoilers. So let's finish off the Goku Black deck. There's a Master Goku Black deck because we started that last week when we had some spoilers and we got the rest of it this one. So it's a green Master Goku Black. And here we got first three cards we've seen from it are Goasu, former teacher, being a super combo. So this is just a standard 2 cost 15k super combo, like it's 0 cost 5k combo. Super combo just when you need a greedy 4 life 4 less when it's got using combo draw 1 card. So standard super combo, just a different character. Like generally we get a super combo every set for a color, and sometimes they can be relevant depending on like the character, the special trait and stuff like that. But normally they're just standard 4 life using the combo super combo, but sometimes you do get some sets where they're trying to do it a little bit different. Like we had set 11 with some of the best ones being the bottom deck, a card that draw 1, well, the draw 2, and then gain a 10k combo. We got some like in set 3 that had effects that you don't draw, but you get some effects off and stuff like that. And then in set 10 we had something different as well with some of the super combos, doing some errors. Like we had the Vegeta, when you play it, you make opponent discard, but then it's used as normal when it's used as like combo, like you get the normal thing. Same with Bulma being different in red for that one as well. And like Zen-Oh being a one in set 10 as well, where you get a draw if you play it, but then if you use it in a combo, you get a different effect, and then just actually drawing and be at a 10k, which is pretty good. So yeah, just standard super combo, and it's Goasu as the character, so it's got that benefit of being a god Goasu, which currently isn't amazing, but still it's an option to use. And then we got a 9-drop battle card for Zamasu, or Green Zamasu, being Zamasu Final Tenacity. So this is a 9-drop 30k with indestructible, so no deflect, no cheap way to play it as well because it's got the activate main costing 5 green, which we'll get to in a sec. But this is a never big Zamasu target, green one as well for that draft box 1 support. So if you want to go ahead and use that, like Goku Black and stuff from that to kind of cheat this out for I think free, you can do that because then that gets you you can kind of do it for 2 because you tap free. Well, you got to pay 2 to get this Goku Black out and activate battle, and you've got the pay free for the fact to play out something on I think is on top of it as well. I can't remember if it's played out separate or played on top of it. And then you get the untap 1 green energy at the end of the turn, so you get that kind of benefits like technically 2 as a pseudo 2 cost to play it, which is pretty nice. And this one, so being 30k, indestructible 9 cost as well. It's got 2 autos, neither of them are limit 1 or once per turn, which could be pretty strong. And the first one is when this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards and use them to place them in the drop in their owner's drop. So that's cool. Anything that doesn't have barrier, getting popped out of there. And an easy way to just normally with unison removal, green is like very good in that and just like ripping off markers off unisons. But in this case, it's just sending it straight to the drop, which is what I can't remember like. I think it spreads along color like some of the ones that just send a unison out the way. But that's quite cool just to send unisons and battle cards. Gets basically completely clearing the board. Doesn't go for barrier, but then it depends like you probably could as a big boss card, but there's only a rare, not the main thing. But yeah, that would be pretty strong. But then it does cost quite a lot, so it could have gone through barrier. But it is what it is. And it's got a Never Auto, which is when your opponent plays battle card, your opponent discards 1 card from hand. So that's not once per turn, not limit 1. So you can get multiples of these out, which might cost a lot. Every time your opponent's playing a battle card, discarding a card from hand for each one. And for every battle card to play, so to get multiple battle cards, you're discarding 1 from in, so to get rid of this. And with Indestructible, you can't really get rid of this unless you take away its skills, or minus it down to 0, which only really red and yellow can kind of consistently do, like yellow with the nick and the skills, and red with minusing it. And the way you get this out, if you don't use like the any like ever effects to kind of like, well, not I was about to say special summon, but cheat out some of these cards, you've got to use the activate main, which costs 5 green, which is quite costly. It's very costly for even for a card that doesn't have deflect. And it's just place one of your Zamasu cards with energy cost of 7 in your drop. Place a card from your hand, so you lose one of your Zamasus. So you even play over Zamasu, you just sack off one of your Zamasus on board, and then play this card from your hand. And the card, the Zamasu you send off has to be a 7 or cost 7 in your drop, so it's a very specific kind of Zamasu. No color restrictions, so it could be a different color, but it's got to be a cost 7. So not amazing, but if there is a cheat way, or if you can abuse the Goku Black from Draft Box 1 to kind of cheat this out easy, that could be pretty good. I can't remember exactly what it does. I know it costs 3 to cheat something out and 2 to play itself activate battle, but I can't remember if it plays itself over the Goku Black or plays it out separate, so you can keep doing it over and over again. So that could be quite interesting. Then we got an extra card for this deck as well, and that, I think there's 3 extra cards, one for each deck, and then one for something separate, which we'll go into a bit. And this one is disposal of the ringleader, so it's 1 cost extra card. Activate main. If your leader is green, it's the cost. Choose it to one of your god cards. Choose it to 1 god card in your battle area during this turn. It gains 5k power and the following skill. And that skill is auto once per turn when this card attacks. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards to KO it. So a bit of removal, but you've got to apply it to the card, and it's got to be a god card. It does gain 5k power, but then it's not amazing. I don't think this will be really used. It's just, yeah, it only works on guard cards, and it's not the greatest. It doesn't even go for barrier, and costing 1 green, so that's like one of those cards that's a bit too costly for be actually useful. So that's the first 3. Then we get to the last lot of the Goku Black. It wasn't much. We got most of it last week. We got the last bit of it this week, and it's more multicolor stuff for the Zamasu Goku Black deck. And this time it is green yellow. So we had some blue yellow stuff last week. Even though it's a green deck, so showing it as a tricolor deck, and there is some of the green yellow stuff you can actually incorporate it with as well, which is quite nice. I think it's the first time we've got green yellow Zamasu Goku Black stuff, so it's just cool. So we got the 7-drop Fuse Zamasu Deviant Tenacity. We got Fuse Zamasu Building a Utopia, and then SS Rose Goku Black Saiyan Manipulation. So all have a 1 cost 10k, but remember with the lead, these are all 0 cost 5k combos, because they're permanent on the lead. And with the 7-drop, he's got, so they all got an energy exhaust. All multicolored cards have energy exhaust, but 7-drop also includes double strike and indestructible. Like, well, I think all Zamasu cards have indestructible, so that's a given. But then, yeah, this one has double strike, and it's got an EX Evolve skill where for 1 green, 1 yellow, and one of any ever energy, you can evolve on top of a Zamasu card with entry cost of 5, so you can cheat out that way instead of playing the actual 7 and 3. Not too bad because you can cheat out a 5 drop Zamasu with the leader skill, I think, when it's awakened, and some of them can play themselves quite cheap. And it's also got a permanent making a great card because if your leader is a Zamasu or a black card, and you get this card's energy source in all areas, giving access to a bit of green in um, the other Zamasu and Goku Black decks as well, which is really nice. And just yeah, just a nice check land. I think most of the support in this, the multicolor cards that are Zamasu, are check lands, so make it easier to just try and multicolor because that's what every deck that is a multicolor deck needs. So if your deck is more than one color using multicolor cards, they need to have energy. So some of the cards kind of make it a little bit easier. Otherwise, they're just behind on charging, which sucks. So having being a checkline, I think and also the Zamasu building Utopia is also has the same permanent, where it's a checkline, which is good. And then it's got a very strong auto as well, which is when this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 7 or less, ignoring barrier, negate the skills of those cards, and KO them. So that's really cool. Just play it out, choose all your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 7 or less, so that's a shit. Like it doesn't kill any 8 drops, which we do have a lot in the game. Like nowadays, big boss cards are 8 cost and have deflect, something just to avoid the free counterplays we used to have in the Unison Warrior series period we had. But yeah, so this is all your 7. It's all your opponent's battle cards, 7 cost or less. Ignore barrier, negates their skills as well and KOs them. So essentially, a board wipe, which is pretty cool through barrier. So that's pretty cool. Not going to be amazing because there's only a limit to 7 or less, and if you get a load of 8 drops out, then it's not going to be not really do much against it. But then you've got other ways to potentially just pop things. That's what green does. The story just revolves around hand. It's got 2 of its main things: hand control and destruction as well. So that's pretty good. And then we got the 5 drop, which is probably the best one out of these 3 because it's a 20k, got just indestructible along with energy exhaust, checkland permanent as well. It's got a nice little auto, which is limit 1, so you can use this across once across all competitive card, no matter if you get multiple out. Now, as when this card attacks, you draw 1 card, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch to that rest mode. So that's really cool. So you get a nice bit of draw power outside your leader, which is handy, and also some resting of things, so like putting down blockers, like it's got the yellow side of it in the in this auto by resting a battle card. And then you got a way to get out, which is by the activate battle to get it cheaper because you won't be paying 5, you want paying less for it. And it's activate battle, which is limit 1, so you can only drop one of these once a turn. But you can do it to either player's turn because it's activate battle, and that is by paying 1 green and 1 of any color. So as long as you've got some green, you could tech it in any green or yellow deck, because its effect is if your leader is green or yellow and you have a total of 2 or more green and or yellow cards in your combo area as the cost. So 1 green, 1 of any other colours, so 2 energy, at least 1 of them green. Need to be a green or yellow leader and have a total of 2 or more green and or yellow cards in your combo area is the cost to drop this. And it is play this card from your hand, then choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 6 or less and KO it. So it's a shame that this is a restriction of 6 or less, but then if it wasn't, that would be very, very strong. Because if you have 2 energy activate battle, pop something at 6 or less of any cost that doesn't ignore a barrier would be very strong. But this, yeah, reduced down to 6 or less. But then you get the pop something and also drop this out. And you can drop this defensively on your opponent's turn, especially if you use the blue-yellow ones to give Aegis, so you can drop the Aegis. Then, well, the one that has Aegis in activate battle, then use Aegis to discard a blue-yellow card, restand the 2 energy, get the effect of wrestling, and then activate battle this out again, so you can get drop 2 in 1 turn and just have the energy back as well. It's really good. So it seems to be like quite an interesting deck if I do kind of want to try it out, just if I bother getting the pieces, but it does look fun so far. And then we got the SS Rose Goku Black. So this one is a 4 cost 20k with critical, along with energy exhaust. Its auto is when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So that's quite cool. But then you've got no way like this Master here to just play it out mid battle to pop sync, but you can just activate main play it. And that is for the first activate main being limit 1, where for 1 green, if your leader is a Zamasu card and you have a Zamasu card in play this card from your hand. So that's how you play it out for cheap, just for 1 green energy. And it's at any point as long as you have a Zamasu in play and your leader is Zamasu. And then you have the activate main, which is for one yellow and 1 green. You place 1 Zamasu card from your drop under this card as the cost. This allows you to play up to 1 green Zamasu card when she costs a 7 from your hand on top of this card in active mode. So that's quite cool. So if you don't have a Zamasu already to EX Evolve over, you can drop this for the same amount it would cost for the EX Evolve to get this 7 drop out from your hand and get into inactive mode. So you can swing this Goku Black. So you can pay 1 green to play this out, get the effect, choose pop one of your opponent's battle cards, and then swing with it, and then pay 2, being 1 green, 1 yellow, to then place this master card when you drop underneath it, and then play the 7 drop from your hand on top of it in active mode. So you can get the effect to pop everything and then swing with that 30k double strike with indestructible. So that's pretty cool, pretty interesting, and that is the rest of the Goku Black. So like not much of it. It doesn't see much of it because it's not all across green. It's across different colors. I've got a bit in yellow, quite a few multicolors, and most of the rest of it in green. It seems like a fun deck and the first like properly focused tricolor deck that Bandai's released as well, which is pretty cool. So now we're going to move on to the Evergreen lead, and that one is Trunks and Mai. So green Trunks and Mai is the evergreen side, so no new green Vegito, no Goku and stuff. That would suck if it was Goku and Vegeta, but then it's the Trunks Future Saga, so it kind of did make sense to go Trunks and Mai. It's the first time we got Mai on a lead, and yeah, I think this is like the beginning of the Trunks saga before he comes back to get help from the current timeline with like the original timeline with Goku, Vegeta and stuff. So we have Trunks and Mai, which then flips over to SS Trunks and Mai, Saviors of Hope. And let's have a look at the front side first. The front side has got an activate main that's once per turn, where you discard 1 Saiyan or Earthling card from your hand as the cost to play up to 1 green My Future with energy cost of 1 from your deck, then shuffle your deck. So you don't really plus off this effect, you're discarding a green Saiyan or Earthling, then play it on Mai, and if that Mai then draws your card or searches a card, you've then gone even, you just plus with a card on board, but you've gone even, you haven't gained any more advantage than that. But it will help you to awaken as well, because your awaken is a normal plus alternative, where it's if your life's at 4 or less, or you have 3 or more Earthling tokens, you draw 1 card, switch to 20 energy active mode, add cards to your life until you have 6 life left, and you flip over. So you can awaken at a higher life being at 6 or less life, and then you just draw 1, untap 1. So it's the first time we've seen in the last few, like from the last set and this set so far, because even though the set is quite early with spoilers, an actual leader untaps on draws 1. And I think for the last set it was mostly all draw 2, and with Zamasu it was a draw 2 as well. And then on the Awaken side, you can have a permanent where if you have a green Saiyan card in play, all your Earthling tokens gain barriers, so a bit of protection to those tokens, because they're going to be a key thing for this deck. And then the auto is now, well, now you've got an auto to the active main, so you have to actually attack to get this effect going off. And it's once again not a never one. It's a never effect that doesn't draw inherently on its own, but with some extra support, you can potentially get some good advantage out of it, and that is when this card attacks, you play up to 1 green My Future card when it costs a 1 from your deck or your drop. Then you shuffle your deck if you look through it, and additionally, if you and your opponent have a total of 10 or more battle cards, then this card gets 10k power for the turn. So that's quite cool. So you don't really gain any cards at hand, but you get to play out a green My Future from and costs a 1 from your deck or drop, which then will trigger any effects it's got on it. And then also it brings out an active mode, so also you can combo it if need be. And then if you've got 10 or more on your battle cards, because it looks like you're going to accumulate quite a few tokens, considering it needs more, like a certain amount of Earthling tokens to awaken, you can get yourself up to a 20k, no, a 25k leader, which is sweet spot. So no inherent draw power on this lead, so it doesn't look great from that. I imagine most people think. But then remember, like we've got a load of leaders where they don't inherently draw, but outside support from the deck can help mitigate that and be very good. Like we've seen with some decks having like with Gobros having the Freezer's healing pod to mitigate that to get extra draws and stuff, and that seems like another one considering that the lead can play a Trunks My Future from the drop. You can get more draws off that, and if they're My draws, then you get basically it's just a never like Gobros kind of deck making use very well of the Freezer's healing pod. So let's have a look at some of the cards. So we got some Z cards and also some of the other support as well. So we're looking at the green My cards. So we got the Z Battle card, My Earthling Support, and we got the 2 1-drops you can play off the lead, being My Link of Hope and My Protector of the People. So with the Z Battle card, we've got it costs 1 and 1 Z energy. 4k, they're all 4k as well, and all cost 1, but this Z Battle card costs also 1 Z energy. It's got 2 autos. First one is if your leader is a green card and both Trunks Future and My Future So specifically for this leader, when this card is played, you play one Earthling token, and Earthling tokens have 10k, 1k power, 0 combo cost, 0 combo power. So that's a nice way. Just when it's played, you get an extra Earthling token. So if you want to awaken it and you just only have two, you can use this. Or you can use the leader's effect to play out a Mai, which can get you a token, and then you can play out this to get another token. So you can get 2 tokens in a turn at the cost of just 1 energy, which is pretty nice. And an era auto is limit 1 if you have four or more Earthling tokens, so you need quite a few for this one. When this card attacks, you choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards and it costs a 3 or less. KO it, and this card gains 11k power for the battle, going to a 15k base for the battle. So that's not too bad. Nice way to just easy from your Z deck be able to get more tokens if need be. And there's no unique on it, so you can get multiple out of the turn to just get if you really need the tokens. And then both these mines, they both have the same activate main, which is limit 1. If your leader is a green card with both Trunks Future and My Future, and you switch this card to rest mode, you get to play one Earthling token. And we've already gone over what the stats are on the Earthling token. So both the same thing. So you use the leader's effect, discard a Say and Earthling, play a Mai from your deck, trigger their autos, which will go in a sec, and then you use the activate main to rest the Mai that you just played to get Earthling token out, so you can go about getting about your alternative awakening of having 3 on board to flip over. And both of these effects, like we've seen with a lot of decks, most decks have in a set have a cantrip and a searcher, and these mines provide the versions for this deck. So my Link of Hope is a cantrip, which is when it's played, draw a card. So if you just want to draw a card, you got that. But if you want to get a search effect to search for a specific kind of card, then you got this My Protector of the People, which is when this card is played, look up the 5 cards at the top of your deck, add up to one Saiyan or Earthling card with both green energy cost of 4 or less to your hand, and shuffle your deck. They're not a huge amount that you could search for, but I imagine it's going to cover most of what the archetype has, like the base bits, and also some other tech as well you can put into the deck, so like super combo stuff, things like that you can get off it, which would be very useful too. So that is the My cards. Let's look at the next one. So now we've got the some other support in this deck, being some Goku and Vegeta. They also go along with Mai and Trunks to kind of help them take down some Mouse and Goku Black. And we've got the support in here in a Z battle card, Vegeta Fusion in the Future, a battle card in Goku Fusion in the Future, and then the Vegeta they fuse into being Vegito Fusion of the Future. Now this is quite good because this is also support, like legacy support in a sense, so support for the like actual stuff for the deck, but also pivots as legacy support for the old green Vegeta we had in set 3. So start off with Vegeta, Fusion in the Future, cost 1, as well, just both Goku and Vegeta, they're 1 cost at 4k power, but Vegeta being a Z battle card needs 1 Z energy as well, because he's accessible at any point in the game. And he's got 2 autos, both limit 1. So the first one is if your leader is a green Vegito card, or a green card with both Trunks Future and My Future as the cost. So either works with the, if we get our old green Vegito lead we got back set 3, and also this leader. And the effect is when this card is played, play up to 1 Son Goku Fusion in the Future from your deck or drop in rest mode, then shuffle your deck if you look for it. So to get out both, so for 1 energy you can get both materials ready for a fusion for Vegito, as long as your lead is those 2 specific leads. And there's another auto where you remove this card from the game as the cost. When your Trunks Future with energy cost of 8 attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from hand. So like a minimal bit of discard, which is not great, and you're mainly going to be using this to get out the Goku and go instead of Vegito, so it's not going to be an auto that's going to be used that often. Then we've got the Son Goku Fusion in the Future. It's a cantrip from the hand, where when it's played from your hand, you draw 1. That's a handy effect, especially if you want to incorporate it into as another cantrip for the set 2 Vegito as well. But also good support for this. And then its other autos, when this card is played by the skills of Vegeta, Fusion of the Future, choose one of your leaders and it gets 5k power for the turn. So you can give a boost to your lead, and like it would be nice if you could play defensively to give that boost, kind of like a bean in a sense. That would be nice for your lead. But no, it's only one when you're played off the Vegeta, which you can't play that out during your opponent's turn. So it's only down to make your at least make your leader potentially 20k base to 30k base on the swing, because we've seen it gains 10k if he's got enough battle cards, both players, but battle areas. And then you've got the fuse over top of them, Vegeta Fusion Futures. This is a 6-drop, 20k. He's got deflect and double strike, so he's got a protection coming in, but no barrier protection. But hold up because we've got more skills. And 20k double strike is pretty good. Its Union Potara is very nice in that is if you have 3 more energy, it goes on top of a green Vegeta Z Battle card and a green Son Goku card. Now, it looks like the only targets being these two, but there also is if you go in the set 2 Vegito, we did recently have in the anniversary box a Goku and Vegeta Z Battle card that is blue, but then with that leader makes it also green and red as well in all areas, so it can count towards that because this is the original color of that, or mono to mean that the original color. And yeah, any green Goku. And with Unipotar, you don't have to worry about the power being the same. They can be different. So you can technically play this in the new set, in the set 2 Vegito as well. Um, as long as you bring out a Vegeta Z battle card, which yeah, there is access to on that. So you can have that as a way to play this as well for a pretty nice one. And it's also is when this card is played, you draw one card, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, and then this card gains battle barrier for the end of until the end of your opponent's turn. So you get that little protection of it, given barrier, which is really nice. And you also draw a card when you drop this, so kind of mitigate. It kind of replaces itself in hand because it doesn't come out until you have 3 more energy anyway. And also you get the removals one popping something. Doesn't pop through barrier, but still pops a card, so that's quite useful. And it's got a nice little activate main as well, which is limit 1. For 2 green, if your leader is a green Vegito card, or a green card with both Trunks Future and My Futures, and your opponent has 3 more energy. So whenever one of those effects where your opponent needs to have 3 more energy before you can use it, and also restricted on the lead to be in the legacy for a green Vegito or for this leader, this deck. And the effect is to play up to 1 green Vegito card with energy cost of 7 from your hand in active mode on top of this card. Now that's pretty cool. It's a shame that you have to get it from the hand and not from the deck, but still giving us this deck to have this Vegito fuse in the future. That green 7 drop is really good because you can come down, especially you can get this only cost if you bring this out and then wait a turn before using that for me, because it gains barrier to the end of your opponent's turn, so it's got a bit of protection. You can then on one turn drop basically pay 1 to get this Vegeta out to get the Goku out, drop the Vegito out, and then swing that for 25 k double, and then do the effect next turn to spread out the cost of the effect across the turn. Or you can do it in one turn. It costs 3 energy. It's pretty good because that's 7 drop green Vegito is pretty nice in that you can when it comes down you choose one card in your opponent's hand, discard it, rip a card off their board as well, send it to the drop. Also, draw 2 cards and then replace. You can take up to 2 cards from your opponent's life from your life to your hand, so you can potentially +4 from that, and rip a card from the hand and from the board. So that's pretty nice. But it is a 1 cost 10k, so it'll be dead in hand, and you have to draw into it for this. So I'm not sure how amazing that it is, but having access to something like that is pretty cool. It could be a nice way to play for this, or even just nice legacy port for the old set 3 green Vegito. So it's pretty nice. And then we got the last Z card for this deck being the Z Extra, being Final Hope / Humanity's Secret Weapon. Because remember, with this series now, is a focus on the Z Extra before we go into the set after this, being Z Unisons. But for now, the focus in Z Extra, so we've got 1 for each deck, I imagine. And this one's Final Hope / Humanity's Secret Weapon. This is a 2 cost, 2 Z Energy Z Extra, with 1 skill being activate main limit 1. And the cost is if your leader is a green card with both Trunks Future and My Future, your opponent has 4 more energy, and you switch 3 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode, and you remove this card from the game. So a lot of need. So you need to be this specific leader, have 4 more energy, switch 3 Earthling tokens to rest mode, and use this to use it. And the effect of after all that is during this turn, or during that turn, the next time your green Trunks Future card with an energy cost of 8 attacks, your opponent can activate counter. So you can activate any counter as counter attack, counter play, or counter on when you swing with your 8-drop Trunks. So you can get this out early in the turn, just have it ready, well, early in the game just to get ready. So when you do drop your 8-drop Trunks, you can then go ham without worry about any counters. So that's quite cool. So not too costly in 2 for 2. That's not too bad. Considering that you can every turn, well, get out a mine in combat off to make sure you got that energy very easily. Pretty decent one, but it just depends on what the 8-drop does, which we'll see in a little bit. So we'll look at some of the Saiyans you can get out with this deck, and we've got the Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks all together to help out. So we have they're all 4 costs. They're all 15k. They all have the same permanent, where for each of your Earthling tokens, you reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So if you get 3, you reduce them each down to a 1 drop. And they all have auto, which is limit 1 and requires you to switch an Earthling token in rest mode as the cost, and you get a certain type of skill. So for Goku, it's when this card attacks, draw 1, then choose one of your opponent's uses and remove 2 markers from it. So still draws your cards to gain more value for every turn it's around. And yeah, it's user removal, which is nice, not as great nowadays, but is still useful. And then Vegeta's one is when its card attacks, draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards at energy cost of 5 or less and kill it. So a bit of removal, like Vegeta, always just like different to Goku, being like normally quite destructive, but also draws a card. And then you got Trunks, which is when this card attacks, draw a card, then use it to one Saiyan or Earthling card, both mono green, and with energy cost with a combo with 5k combo power from your drop in the combo with the skills to get for the turn. So yeah, all of them draw a card when they swing, as long as you rest a Earthly token. But then yeah, we've got the Goku being used and hate, Vegeta being popping of anything 5 or less, and Trunks being that free combo power to go up a little bit higher to 20k at least in the swing of the combo power and get that Z energy. So Trunks being probably the best one of them because you're just drawing a card and getting that Z energy charge, and the other will be in utility depending if you want removal or unison hate. So pretty good cards, especially in this deck because you can get them quite easily because you're going to get a lot of Earthling tokens. And once these are down as well, the leader makes it so all your tokens have barrier then for that little bit of protection. Then we've got the ever cards in the ever battle cards for the green Trunks and my deck. So we get to see what the 8 drop does, because it's SS2 Trunks, Path to the Future. We get to see what that does. We got a Never Trunks being Team Up with Mai, being a 2 cost one. And then we got a Never Vegito, because if we get a card that references like a certain cost of a card, we normally get a new one as well as any old ones we've got. So a 7 drop Vegito in SSB Vegito resisting a guard. So let's have a look and see what the 8 drop does, because there's a bit of hype with that. It's the extra, it makes it so you can't counter when it attacks. So depending on what the card does, it could make that Z extra amazing, make it so you can't counter. And let's have a look. So it's 8 cost 30k, 0 cost 5k combo, so it's nice stats. No deflect, no barrier, so it can be counterplayed when coming out. Because only when it attacks you get that Z extra effect to prevent counters. But it's got an auto where when this card attacks, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignore barrier, negate indestructible, and KO it. So very good removal. Through barrier, it even gets through indestructible, which is a hard one to get through, especially with green. And you've got an activate main limit 1 for 2 green. If your leader is green and you have 3 more energy as the cost, play this card from your hand, and during that turn, the next time you play a Z extra in your battle area, reduce the energy cost by 1 green. So you can actually make the Z extra cost 1 energy and 2 Z energy to bring out to get ready to use. And then it's got an activate battle, so it's got we've seen is no trouble strike, no trouble strike, but the activate battle can change it because it's once per turn. If you have 4 more energy and you switch 3 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode, this card gets 5k power and triple strike for the turn, so it becomes a 35k triple strike on it. So imagine that it costs a lot of tokens to do that as well, because I think if we have a look back, so we go back, how many? So you need to switch 3 of your Earthling tokens to rest mode for this effect. So you need to switch 3 to use this. And then for this effect, you need to also switch 3 Earthling tokens. So you need 6 Earthling tokens to pull it off, which could be simple, easy enough. Could be difficult. I'm not sure, because remember with the lead that allows you to play out when it swings, you play out a Mai, which can get you an extra token, which can let you get an extra token, and as long as you keep sewing around it, will have barriers, so you can't just remove them willy-nilly. But then being able to get this out and then get out as well the Z extra, as long as you've got 6 tokens to rest, you can get a uncounterable 35 base triple strike before any other effects goes off, to then potentially go for game, and your opponent has to try and out combo it, which is probably really cool. So he's got no protection from mid battle, so it can be hit with things as well, but it just can't be countered, and that could be pretty strong depending on how easy it is to get 6 Earthling tokens out and keep them around for ready for this. But does seem pretty strong. Then we got Trunks Team with Mai. This is a 2 cost 5k, but nice, a permanent. where if you have a My Future card in play, reduce the energy cost in your hand by 1, so you can make it a 1 cost as long as you got My out. Then its autos limit 1, switch one of your opening tokens to rest mode as the cost. When this card attacks, draw one card, and this card gains 5k power for the turn. So we're seeing a lot of cards in here that are mitigating the lack of drawing the lead by like the Maya's drawing and searching, and the search for most of the cards in the archetype. And then some of the 4-drops and this 2-drop trunks, it will, when they attack, as long as you can rest a token, you get a draw and an effect, which is really good. So quite a bit of draw, and especially if you put this together with the Freezer's Army Healing Pod and get the Mice out from drop, you're then drawing from that as well. So yeah, green is getting in the better spot with some of these archetypes, which looks really nice. And then we come to the Vegito. So SSB Vegito, resisting a god, 7 cost 25k, deflect, double strike, and blocker. So you got protection in deflect, but then that doesn't stop him charismatic because it's a 7 cost. Double strike for suppression at 25 is pretty good, and blockers will defend. And it's got Union Patara, where for free green, you can play it on top of a green Vegeta Z Battle card and a green Son Goku card. And then it's also once per turn, when this card attacks, use it when your opponent's battle cards to KO it. So nice removal when it swings. And you got the activate main once per turn. If you and your opponent have a total of 10 or more battle cards as the cost, switch this card to active mode and your opponent's cards one card in hand, so you can get 2 swings out of this, which is pretty nice. So I imagine you're going to want to drop this all on the 6-drop rather than just Unipatara it this way, because then you can Unipatara for the free, just pay 2 and 2 or 1 less energy to drop this down from your hand. And I think it comes in active mode as well, so you can get a swing, activate main. This is a pretty nice thing for the deck. Like it looks pretty cool, but then I'm not sure. Like it kind of does the same thing as Go Bros, and I can kind of do it with like depends what his like outcome is, because he's got a good end game and there's good options for like secret rare and stuff like that in Go Bros. But this one has this trunks that can be like a pretty nice way to draw power for your deck, and a really nice end game in this SS2 8-drop trunks as well. So then we finish it up with the rest of the stuff for the green trunks in my deck. So you've got a Beerus, Power of Destruction, and 1 cost 5k. A Zen-Oh skillless card, so nothing more to say about that. It's just a 1-drop Zen-Oh, a skillless in green, and then a surprise attack being a counter attack for the deck. So Beerus is effect. It's just when this card is played, choose up, add up to 1 disposal of the ringleader from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So get that extra card we saw for the Zamasu deck. So that's cool. Just play that. Grab it. That's cool. Not much to say about that, just a searcher for an extra card. And you got Surprise Attack being a 4-cost counter attack green extra card. But it's got a permanent where for each of your Earthling tokens, you reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So you can put this down to a 1 cost, because remember you still got to pay the specified cost. It doesn't the permanent doesn't reduce the specified cost. And you get a lot of tokens out. And its counter attack is choose up to one of your rest mode Vegito cards, which is active mode. That card gets 60 power for the battle, then switch the target of the attack to the chosen card. So you can kind of deflect it from your lead to your Vegito card, and switch to active mode as well. Because we've seen that 7-drop does have blockers, so you can then block and never attack this 5-stat battle as well. So that's pretty nice. And then we got some legacy support as well for green. So it'd be interesting to see if each color gets a little bit of legacy support for older decks. And for green, it's for the green Broly BR deck that we had back in set 19. So the one that requires like a lot of extra cards in the lead and stuff like that. So we got the 5-drop Broly Great Ape Strength to Come and Theft of a Control Device being another extra card for it. So 2 nice cards for it. And the 5-drop is 20k. It's got unique and double strike. A nice little auto where when this card is played, add it to 1 green extra card from your drop to use the energy. So it charges the energy quite well. And it's got 2 activate main skills, one to play itself and one that's a really nice effect when it's played. So the first one is how you play itself by limit 1. For 1 green, if you have 3 or more energy and there are a total of 6 or more extras under your green Broly BR cards, then you get to play this card from your hand and it gains barrier for the turn. So not till the end of your opponent's turn, but for the turn, so you got a protection on after you play it. And then the activate main of the Ever skill is once per turn for 1 green. Draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in your barrier. So that is really nice. It's draw power outside the lead, barrier removal as well, which is very good. And you can drop it for 2 energy. You can drop this down as a 20k double striker that has barrier protection. That also charges yourself the energy and then draws you a card and pop sync through barrier. That's a pretty all-round card. Not sure how is going to be really good for the deck, but I'm not sure how more viable it's going to make it in the meta with this support. But that's a very good card. That's a very good addition. That's the kind of legacy support you want. So it actually does something useful to the deck. Actually makes it a bit stronger, which this card definitely does. Then we got Theft of Control Device. Is a 0 cost extra card, permanent, where if this card is under a Broly BR card, you can activate this card's activate skills under the same conditions everywhere in your hand. And it's got 2 activate mains, both limit 1. First one being if your leader is a green Broly BR card as the cost, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, add it to 1 green Broly BR card to your hand and shuffle your deck. So a bit of consistency, nice free searcher to find your Broly BR cards, so you can actually play battle cards out. And then the activate main of the other one is same limit 1 but requires 1 green, and for you to place 1 green extra card from your hand under your green Broly BR cards. Then send this card from your drop to your warp, and then draw a card. So it's basically just another one that can be used in the drop, but then you don't really plus, you just replace it by setting up more extra cards under your lead or Broly BR card, and then replacing that card you put under there with a new card by drawing one. So pretty nice support for the deck. Not sure much stronger it's going to make. It does make the deck stronger, but just not sure how much stronger it's going to make it for the meta, or just in general. So that is that for that. And then we've got next we got the SBRs. So we got the special rares. We got 4 SBRs in covering some of the cards we've got. So we got 2 in green and 2 in multicolors. So first one is the 8-drop Trunks, boss card of the deck. So it's going to get an SBR, and I got shown up the normal art being the SR art, and then the SBR art, so difference in it. And the SBR looks really nice for this card. Pretty nice. Not amazing, but still the SBRs are always pretty nice in this game. So that's a pretty sick one. And then the evergreen one is for the 6-drop Vegito fusion in the future. Not amazing the art compared to like the SR art is pretty decent. The SPR art, maybe it looks better in person, but it doesn't look like as it is there. Like given the examples we've shown, it doesn't look the best, but still not too bad. Then we got some multicolor ones. So we've got the first one being SPR of the 7-drop Zamasu. So yeah, the SPR looks quite nice, but then once again, it doesn't look too amazing, too much different. But then again, seeing it in person with the texture and stuff could change our minds. It can actually look a lot better. Like we got some cards that when we get shown like this by Bandai on their Facebook, it doesn't look great, but when it's in person, it looks a lot better because the texture can make all the difference as well. And this one looks pretty cool, just not amazing compared to the SR, but once again, in person could change. And then we have the last of the SBR shown which was shown today, being the Ever Multicolor one, and this is off the 5-drop Zamasu. Now this one, just like with the 8-drop Trunks, this is where it looked like the SBR looks a lot better than the SR, and because I think there's a new keyword in this. There's supposed to be a new keyword in this set, which we haven't seen so far yet, and we've seen all the cards for green, because there's supposed to be like the combination keyword, which we haven't seen so far. So it's going to be interesting to see what that's going to be about. Because this, as I've seen people say, this like 5-drop looks like it's supposed to be like it's in combination with a Never card from a Never color, a Never set, or a Never thing. But so far it doesn't look like that from what we've seen with green. But yeah, the SBR looks really nice, like really nice art for this. That's actually really good. This is the difference where the art makes a big difference from SBR to SR, where some of them they don't look that bad or that different. But yeah, so that is the SBRs, and then that is it for the spoilers for this week. So that's all for this one. We should be moving on to another deck going from tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what color we're going, because we've finished on the color as well. So it'd be interesting to see what we move on to. If we move on to red, blue, or yellow, or black. We're not sure yet if there's going to be a black deck in this set, because we know that with the color so far, the blue is going over the Saiyan Saga, which looks to be for Goku Piccolo as one, and then Raditz with the other, or because we've seen that Nappa is the pre-release and that's for blue, and it normally ties in with what's in the set. We know that yellow is for the Universal Survivor Saga, which means that red should be the Cell Saga with the androids and stuff, which looks to be pretty sick. Cause I've been hyped for more red androids after getting like the Hido and Cell Max stuff from the last set. So kind of hyped for that. And then, yeah, we don't know if this is gonna be a black deck or what black's gonna cover, because there will be black cards. There always are black cards in the deck, but we're never always guaranteed a black deck in a set, as we've seen with some of them where we've got none. It's been sometimes we've got one, but it's been a while since we've had two black decks. It's been a good while since. But we do have some tournament results as well, because locals is back on. So we do have weekly locals again, because the lookout have stepped up to cover Friday locals and just do more work for more stuff for the community like they always been doing. And we got the results for it. Lookout webcam locals. So they've only had the first one. The first one happened on Friday with a whopping, I think it was 25 people. So a good amount for the first one, like a very good amount, like a good amount coming in because they've done the support, they've got the Discord and set up as well. So a good amount of people jumped in to try it out, and it was good testing for the regionals that happened today as well. So for the first week, the first 12 we got on this side, we got first place being Giovanni Castaman, going 5-0 with his green Gohan. Then we got second being Peter Dance with his golden Frieza. We had Poor come in with his yellow Bardock coming third, going 4-1. Mikey with his food next as well, going 4-1. So that was the top four with the ones that went undefeated in 4-1. Then we got to a lot of the 3-2s, being fifth place Aratorum with his Blue Baby, sixth being Big O with his Cumber deck, Danaman in seventh with his Shroom Salsa. I'm not sure what Shroom Salsa is, if it was from the I'm not sure if it's the set 12 one or the set 18 one, but I just know it's Shroom Salsa because I didn't take part in it 'cause I was too busy to play at the time. Really wanted to play, but yeah, I couldn't play on the Friday, but I'll play for the next one. We got Axel in 8th place with S4 Bardock. Biscuit in 9th with his Quarter Mill. That's using the Anniversary Box support. And Johnny coming in again 10th with his classic TN Hero, a very strong deck and piloted so well. Coming in 3-2 in 10th. And then we got the last two for this side, being 11th Remy with his new Android 21. So that's the one from set 20. Yeah, the new Android 21 everybody hates. And then 12th, same deck, but piloted by Super H. Android 21, both going 2 wins, 3 losses. Then we go to the rest of them. So yeah, I think it's 24. I can't remember if it's more. I think it's 24. That's all from the results. So we had 13th place being Sarcasm with his Dr. Heater deck going 2-3. Chanar with his Red Vegito going at 2-3 in 14th place. 15th place we got Bacon Boy with his SS4 Goku Zen-Oh going 2-3. 16th being Abolo for his SSG Trunks going 2-3. And then 17th playing Sea-Duck with his new green Broly. That's the one from the newest set, being set 22, going 2-3. And then the last one before people started dropping, being 18th place, being Cutter with his reboot Trunks going 1-4. And then we had 6 people drop from it as well, being Tattoo Journey going 3-1 with Sin Zeno before dropping. And we got Ivan, I think a new player as well, coming going 2-2 before dropping with Go Bros. Phasmus dropping after going 1-3 with Expert 21. It's not a deck that everybody, not as easy to pilot, but depending on the pilot, it could be very amazing. And then we got Bulls with his Reaver Cell dropping after going 0-2. David with his Golden Frieza, but both focusing on the green version, so Golden Frieza, but focusing more on the green Frieza army stuff, going 0-3 before dropping, and Nyx with his Reboot Beerus dropping after going 0-4. So that's the result for week 1. I think they should have it. I think it's every fortnight. Damon's going to be doing it from the lookout. So not next week, but the weekend, but week after, I'll be doing another one for locals. So stay tuned. And that is it for this week's news. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed this series. Go to the week's news, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.